Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest.
Gee whiz.
The first moments of a speech are critical to the success of the speech. In the first 1 to 2 minutes, the speaker has the audience's attention. The audience listens carefully during this time and forms its first impression on the speaker and the speech. If the first moments are dull and unimaginative, the audience can be lost for the rest of the speech. Such beginning statements as "today my speech is about" and "I haven't really had a chance to prepare" rarely motivate an audience to listen. However, an exciting, imaginative beginning can help grab and help keep the listener's attention. Is that any way to open a speech? No. I don't think so. How about ba-ba-ba-ba? Or, "I was completely naked."
Yeah, there you go.
Val is famous for his rather startling openings and startling statements such as that. I'm sure you can think of a few others. When you startle your listeners with an intriguing statement such as that, you will compel them to listen. They're on their edge of their seat. But there are many other ways of being able to get your attention, get the attention of the audience. And one of the ways is to arouse suspense or curiosity. For example, Mike Barron, please come to the stage. Could you show us what you did last week?
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Wax on, wax on.
Or another way would be possibly with costume and an opening like me.
Yeah, there she goes. A chapsa.
I'm back after 3,000 years of being erased from history.
That'll get someone's attention as well. Or perhaps you could tell a story or an anecdote. For example, Mick Coventry last week. In England, we have a tone scale for women. It starts at the bottom. We call them scrubbers. And then we have Paula Michael. I want to tell you about my last trip to Peru when we were climbing up a tree, about ready to go on a zip line, and I was scared to death of heights. So telling an amusing or a dramatic story or an anecdote does arouse the interest and gets the audience involved. It is important, however, to keep the story and the anecdote relevant to the main point or speech and to personalize it whenever it's possible. Now, another very effective opening is to ask a rhetorical question. Now, we have a master at that here as well. Joe Lorcella, please come demonstrate.
How many of you have ever had a friendship blow up?
The audience will think about the answer to that, and you've got them then. You have them on your topic, and you have them thinking and in your hands. Now, another way is to begin with a quotation. You may recall Glenn last week with his rather effective opening with a quotation. Now, it's important when using a quotation that is used properly, that the quotation can add authority to your speech and amuse the listeners, or it can dramatize your speech point. But whatever the quote is you choose, keep it short and related directly to the speech topic. Another way to open your speech is to reference the occasion. Now, when you begin your speech in this manner, you often are not dramatic, usually, or you're not stimulating, but it does allow you to acknowledge an important and unusual event and to establish a common interest with your audience. Now, an example that I thought of recently was when Willard went to the hospital. He had an operation. He came back here to tell us what occurred. He began with, the reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. Of course, we have a humorous opening. Master of humor, Richard Stewart, please come up and do some humorous opening.
I'd like to sing you a song. This is a song I wrote when I was 2 years old while I was doing some hard time in San Quentin prison.
These are 7 techniques that I've shown you this morning. These are often used, but there are many other means as well. You can have audience participation. You can give a demonstration. You can reference a historical event. Or you can state the importance of your topic. All of these are very effective. But the key thing here is that you want to have criteria for a successful opening. You want to get the attention of the audience. You want to introduce the topic and establish rapport. You also want to take less than 5 to 10% of the entire speech time. So your opening is important. What is your opening going to be like? Is it going to be a Brahms Lullaby? Or Beethoven's Fifth? Da 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 da!